Now let's make custard cream with this. So it's week 2 of the Great British Bake Off Technical Challenge. We're gonna be doing the custard cream recipe. Now I'm gonna explain why I need this later. Effectively, it is kind of cheating. You'll understand this much better later on, so please stay in tune for the next few bits. So we'll roll through the ingredients and the instructions, which is also all going to be listed down below, so please do check that out. Thank you for all the support from the last video for the iconic Great British Bake Off cake. It went really well. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so here are the ingredients. It's actually the same for both the filling and the biscuit. I think the only minor differences are going to be the flour and obviously what we put in terms of the egg. The recipe is very straightforward, always super basic, nothing crazy. Take a screenshot as you like. It will also be down in the description below. Okay, so the time for this challenge is 1 hour 30 minutes, which I've got on the phone here. So we're going to start that up. Can you see it? There you all are. So this has to be a very classic plain flour biscuit, something that you probably use for shortbread. I feel like just because of the amount of butter to flour ratio reminds me of what shortbread feels like. This should be the easiest part, fingers crossed. Okay, let's talk about technique, because to be honest with you, I don't really know much about biscuits. Last year was Garibaldi and it really wasn't my strength. I didn't know what a Garibaldi was. This year, a lot easier in terms of like, I know what it should look like. But in terms of like, do I butter the cream or not? I've basically begun with buttering the cream. Then I'll add the egg and then the flour and then put it into cling film. That's my like step to it. And like last time, I didn't watch this bit because I didn't want to pick up any like flaws or techniques or to do or not to do as well. A little bit concerned this time actually, because crème au beurre is a new technique, completely out of my depth. Okay, maybe I've done something wrong. I should be alright, right? This doesn't look like a dough. Okay, let's just add the flour and we'll see. I'm hoping that this is just a very minor effect of not buttering the cream too well. But we shall see. It looks, look, if it's stirred properly, it doesn't do, oh, okay, it does that, never mind. Now, can you please agree with me? Does this not feel like school baking? Like the creaming the butter, doing a biscuit, you know, playing with like, I mean, maybe it depends on the school. But I remember school time and doing like, it was either called food ed or home economics, was fun because we did this sort of baking. No expectations obviously, because clearly it's melting way too quickly. Look at that. Is that meant to look? Oh, it is. Oh, it's melting way too quickly. Okay, time to freeze it. So the time is 1:11. Make a wish. I bought this contraption, which is a sugar thermometer. It just looks like any other thermometer to me. I think I bought the. Ooh, that's awesome. Look at that. How cute is that? Anyway, so sugar thermometer. This is actually for poultry, but it will go up to 121 degrees. So that's a good thing for us. So sugar, water, 121 degrees.
And this is where the nightmare began. The sugar began to crystallize and there was no way fixing it. I had no idea what to do other than just to dump this. It was a complete nightmare. There was no way saving this. But in sheer panic, I just continued with the process, whisking into the eggs and then starting the process all over again.
Okay, attempt number 2. This is number 2. 121, yay. Okay, we've got it. Okay, you probably guys can't see very much. I'm whisking it at a height.
Now, I thought the nightmare was over, but clearly not. As you can see, the sugar was crystallizing in mid-air, creating these lumps of sugar, which is just so not pretty, but we still crack on.
whipping in the custard powder and then the butter. From there, I don't know how well it will go or how amazing it is. Also, I realised that I think they must have used a machine here because I was multitasking to the max. It was dramatic and it was crazy and I hated every second of it. So I presume they had a much easier time in like getting that perfect texture using a KitchenAid mix. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. Okay, after very much a speedy round of cleaning my own mistakes, which is still horribly messy. It's caused a bit of a hardened sugar like crust on my pans, which I'll just boil in hot water. Right. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm really not happy with this one. This has been so stressful. So we just finished with the rolling the dough out because the instruction says to roll the dough out and then put it back in the freezer, which means the dough actually naturally is soft, because why would you put the, I get the resting the dough bit, but like why put it in the freezer for so often? Because it's an hour and 30 minutes, it's not like 3-4 hours. So roll it out the biscuit dough and chill in the freezer again, and then cut out the biscuits, bake. It didn't tell me like how long to rest it for. We've only got 34 minutes. So I presume these cookies cook real fast and cool real fast, otherwise we're really in trouble. The other thing I really hate is the other thing I really hate is the buttercream, which for me right now is really quite like soft, and I don't know how to thicken it, and obviously like didn't do so well with the sugar. So really I'm at this point I'm really like not sure how it should be. I'm gonna put the buttercream in the fridge to set, but I really want to talk about it now. I have searched high and low, and every mold for the custard cream is sold out, which is basically bad timing, which basically means you guys have been baking this at home because it's in popular demand and I cannot find it anywhere. So my theory is I can do a reverse print using the Krispy Kreme. So obviously I'm going to choose one that looks perfect like that. I'm not going to choose a biscuit that's broken or has like blurred writing. Hopefully that imprint or reverse imprint will work. It actually worked. Oh my god. I know this is inverted, I appreciate that, but it actually works and I'm so chuffed with it. I've actually got a meat cleaver to do this part of the job. You can't even say it looks bad because it doesn't, and you know it doesn't. The biscuit is not ready yet, and I got 20 minutes. You can tell that my energy's changed because the cleaver moment was funny. The waiting is not, because yeah, I hate this bit. This makes me really anxious. How can something make you so anxious? I mean, it's meant to be, like, this biscuit's meant to bring me joy. I just texted my boyfriend saying, I hate biscuit week. I hate this so much. I think it's the lack of tools, which I think I'm gonna invest in grabbing a like palette knife and things like that. Getting all antsy now. I wasn't as calm and cool as I was at the first episode. Okay, so game plan is get them in the oven, and if it fails, which I'm feeling it will, I'm still going to finish the recipe and show you guys because I still think it's a really cool thing to do. And just as I'm jumping in here, pouring my heart out, I want to say congratulations to those who are still in the tent, and also those who left. I don't want to ruin it for you guys if you haven't watched it. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you have watched it, you'll know who it is. It's not out of the oven yet. Let's just count that this has not worked. I'm gonna still make it up. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna make it up still. But yeah, poor whoever set this challenge. Not realistic. This should be the easiest part. Fingers crossed. Because now the buttercream will definitely melt, and then you'll get custard butter, not custard cream. This is so ridiculous. I no longer have my apron. It's now the next day. I literally just quitted and just ended it there once the biscuits were baked, because I was kind of annoyed with myself. Not because not that I think it was a fail or anything. I just think I was disappointed that I couldn't fit it within an hour and a half, which obviously is already unrealistic. And then obviously when you compare it to what they're doing and what I'm doing, I'm literally doing a 3-person's job. It's obviously not realistic, and I know that. And I think a part of me kind of felt gutted because I started so well with the iconic cake, and I had so much time with the iconic cake. I think I had 1 minute to spare, but even then, like, yesterday felt even more stressful just because there was just so many techniques that I just wasn't familiar with. Coupled with the fact that it was, at first I thought it was a really straightforward biscuit. So few ingredients, so few things going on, but I still managed to not cook it up, but like, it was really intense. Anyway, I managed to finish the biscuit. I thought, you know what, why not end on a good note and finish off the biscuits? So I did, and there are some wonky ones, some like not so wonky ones.
Okay, I have to admit here, it didn't turn out too badly. After yesterday's panic with the buttercream, it turned out okay. Look, it sat in the fridge, it stiffened up, and this is the result of it. It was spreadable. It was quite delicious, actually. I have to admit, this is probably the most relaxing part of the recipe, and so it definitely turned out far better than I expected. There are very shapely and not perfect, and definitely not uniform, but I think I love them even more just because of the like aesthetic of it. But here they are, they're all filled, much bigger than the original, but so delicious.
So that's huge difference there. Like, there's a crazy difference between the store-bought one, which is very uniform, to the very much bloated, much thicker, probably more yummier looking one. The actual feel of it is actually the same. Obviously the print didn't work out. Like, do you know what? It does work out. The actual trick that we used kind of worked out. The prints look really crisp and clean. You just can't read the wording in the middle, but I don't care. That doesn't matter. Anyway, let's dig in. So the buttercream, much more softer, but it's not worth the effort. You just buy a packet from the supermarket. It tastes exactly the same, but fresher, softer, much more well balanced. But is it worth it? Nah. As always, guys, the recipe and the ingredients are down below, so please check that out. If you guys are going to try it within that 1 hour and 30 minutes, I wish you the best of luck. Otherwise, just enjoy the recipe. Enjoy baking it. It is a really cool bake. There are lots of like really hard skills here. Something that I probably won't touch again, but definitely worth trying out. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you very much.